What's up, everybody? Coach Rob here, and I cannot remember the last time I put a video on YouTube. It's been that crazy, and not only has it been that crazy, lots of stuff is going on, and I've got news, I've got exciting life updates that's going to correlate into my content creation, the things I'm going to bring to you, some personal revelations that I've had in the last few months. And man, it's just been wild. And I'm also in the midst of a era of personal productivity that I've not had in a very, very long time. And it's nice being able to jump right back into that level of productivity and the things that I want to create and am creating, especially coming off of a rigorous 8-month contest prep that lasted through late to 2025. Anyway, that all falls into this. That's why I'm here. And also very unusual for me is I'm telling all of you people first some of the news that I want to share. And I'm also releasing this along with a bunch of other crazy stuff. Hang on one second. I do want to tell you about something that I'm doing. It's a shameless plug, but I think many of you out there will understand where I'm coming from and maybe appreciate this and want to be a part of it. I have quietly, kind of under the radar, with very little advertising, very little promotion, I have created a new private community. It is on the school platform, if you've heard of that. It's getting very popular. And it's something that I've wanted to do. I've had the idea to do it for many, many years and never found the right platform, never found the right way to go to do it where it really flowed and where creation and uploading of content was seamless and it gave as much to the community as it did myself. And it truly is a community. And of course, the link is below if you have an interest in it. And it is basically, if you are tired, as I am, of the chaos of the Facebook groups, the insanity of what I experience on a daily basis. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm super appreciative of what the Facebook group model has done for me. I mean, it's helped me launch my brand. It's really, between Facebook groups and YouTube, it's really the two things that kind of got me out on the internet and made me being on the internet a thing, and has brought me to you and you to me, and all of the incredible people that I've met along the way and clients that I've attained through these platforms. And I couldn't be any more appreciative. However, things have a shelf life. And as we do things, we find out that there are better ways to do things. So anyway, check it out. It's really cool. I did sort of a under the radar early enrollment thing. We've got about 50 great members in there and it's growing daily. So I'd love for you to be a part of it. Check it out. So now that that's done, what's the big news? Well, number one, and I'm going to kind of give the end of the book first, and then I'll do all the things at the front of the book that lead to the end of the book. I just moved my gym that I was in for 13 years and now have a new location, and I'm absolutely loving this. Now, the past 2 weekends, really 3, have been some of the hardest, most chaotic, shittiest weekends of my life in moving all of this equipment, all of it, literally 25,000 pounds of floor mats, rubber horse stall mats. A lot of it goes into storage. The stuff that I really wanted to keep went into the new gym. It is a smaller footprint, but if you think private one-on-one personal training, that's what this is. I've opened up my afternoons. So basically the first half of my day, I'm training clients on the floor. And then I have time like right now in the middle of the day where I can record content specifically. So I literally have these blocks of time on my calendar that says content. so I can create more content on YouTube. I can really create a lot of content for the new private group. And the one thing I'm really excited about is recording training videos, training tips in my new gym to be able to give that information to you as well. And that's something that's been lacking from me over the years because the other gym was so much chaos. So that's coming. So with that new schedule and with the new commitment that I have to putting out so much more educational, interactive content and being available on these live Zoom calls and all the other things that go with this, my schedule is just nuts, but nuts in a good way. And then there's this. I had an epiphany moment 4 weeks ago that led into another less happy epiphany moment. But epiphany moment one was I can now talk about it. My oldest daughter is severely pregnant. I mean, she's in her 9th month. Any day now, tick-tock, any day, grandson. It's a boy. And we went to visit her. And I hadn't seen her in a while because she lives in Southern Illinois and I'm in North Carolina, like 8 hours, 7, 8 hours away. And we went to visit her and it was a wonderful experience. We got to spend time with her and her husband, and I got to see her in all of her incredibly pregnant glory. She's barely 5 feet tall, and at 9 months pregnant, I think she was 120 pounds. So she's just all baby, but it was a wonderful experience. And the epiphany moment that I had there was, I've got a new grandson coming. I've got a current grandson who's 7. I still have 4, even though they're grown kids that depend on me and I depend on them. I have a wife who is solely dependent on me. She doesn't work. She stays home and does the real work of taking care of a home and children and homeschool and grandkids and chickens and dogs and cats and ducks and all the things that she is somehow able to fit into her day. And my moment of epiphany was, even in that moment, I need more than anything. The most important thing on earth for me is to be there for my family to the greatest degree. And because of that, I made the decision that I will not be competing at nationals in July. And I'm totally fine with that. I am going to focus my attention. Not only am I going to continue to keep my foot on the gas and be a complete freak at 57 years old, and I intend to continue the freakdom all the way into my 60s and, God willing, 70s. But with my epiphany of knowing that the most important thing in my life is to achieve the greatest level of health and longevity, strength, fitness, and work ethic to be able to be there for my entire family, to support my family, to grow my business, all the things that I have on my plate right now. And a rigorous 7-month bodybuilding prep doesn't fit in with that. That doesn't mean I don't like bodybuilding, but I can tell you that I am at peace with it, because if I never compete again, and I might still, maybe next year will be the calmer year when I can jump back in and do it again. But if I never compete again, I'm going out on a win. I didn't have that before. And I'll be honest with you, it drove me crazy. I buried it deep down, but it drove me crazy. And this time, if I never stand on that stage again, I'm not going to become any less of a physical specimen. In fact, I can see myself training even harder, but I won't be going through the less than optimal few months of the extreme dieting phase to get down to that 4% body fat, which can be very hard on the body. And I've said it before in videos, there's nothing healthy about the last few months of a bodybuilding contest prep. just like in any sports, the greatest boxers and MMA fighters in the world would tell you that what they do isn't healthy. I mean, they're getting their heads kicked in, you know, NFL football players, those guys are out on the field, running at full speed against 260-pound genetic freaks and colliding with one another with the equivalent of the impact of a car crash. Yes, they are fit, strong, and in shape, but it's not necessarily the smartest thing to do for a focus on longevity. And they're certainly not doing it at 57 years old. So I have to always understand that I'm not getting any younger. And I think my focus would be best served on helping others out there, like the over 40 people, men and women, show them how to be an absolute physical freak of nature specimen that is also outrageously healthy and building for a long future of being alive on this planet within a vessel that you can be absolutely proud of. So that, I think, needs to be my direction. So I'm still going to lift like hell. I'm going to do a little bit more conditioning, but I'm not going to be doing 17, 20, 30 mile rucks anymore. But I will still keep rucking, but in a lower volume to be able to keep as much lean muscle mass as I possibly can at my age. So my focus for right now is trying to be the most productive human being that I can be, to work the hours that I work, support my family, be there for my children, be there for my grandchildren, my new grandson. And the last thing, and I got to be careful what I say here. Not that I care if anybody gets angry about it, because if anybody were to get angry at this, you have no business being on this channel. I don't think anybody would disagree with this, but in the past couple of weeks, this is February the 18th, and unless you just have been living under a rock, we basically found out that our entire planet is being run by murderous satanic pedophiles, and we also found out that it's pretty much all of them. And apart from God, no one on this realm, on this earth, is coming to save you. I've realized that left and right doesn't matter anymore. I personally think at this stage right now, voting means nothing, because there is so much absolute, verifiable, horrific evil in the world. So evil you couldn't replicate it in the sickest horror movie that you could think of to create. And many people that I associate with are agreeing with me here that the only thing we can do in this sick world in its current state, learning what we've learned, is be the best, strongest, most capable human that you can be to protect your family, to protect yourself, your close circle of friends, your community. And it's a wake-up call, man. If you're still watching CNN and Fox News and you're being distracted by what's actually going on with these files, have you dug into that? Are you following any, alternative social media who are doing the hard work of exposing these things and taking the time to dig through them and what it must be doing to them? I mean, my wife literally cried because of some of the information that is in some of those documents. And I can't blame her. And I get so viscerally angry when I see what is happening, what has been happening to precious children at a massive scale. It rips my heart out and my blood boils at the fact that no one is being held accountable and no one in our government is doing anything about it. The current administration sucks and is complicit. All the former are complicit. They're all involved at some level, the best that I can tell. These globalist freak cabal control the government, banking, Hollywood, the music industry, big tech, big pharma, all of the three-letter organizations. How do you prosecute these evil bastards when the prosecutors are in on it? You know? And I see that. And many see that now. And I don't think anything short of a full-blown revolution is going to change anything. Pam Bondi said, we can't prosecute all these people. The whole system would collapse. Great. Let it collapse. I'll go rogue for a while until the whole damn thing resets. I'd rather do that and know that justice is being served and our children are being looked after and protected, and these horrific, satanic, vile human beings are being brought to the highest level of justice that one could possibly do. Prosecute and execute with extreme prejudice, but we don't see it happening. So I'll be damned if I don't, at the very minimum, do what I did to protect my family. And I have a platform here where I can relay to you people, what do I do to be in the most extreme physical condition, strong, fit. And as I've spoken in the past on other videos, the ability to handle anything that might cross your path at any given moment, to be the most physically, mentally, and even spiritually prepared human that you could possibly be. So that's another reason why I've chosen not to do the single focus thing, but rather focus on the broad spectrum of things that will make me a better human, which will make me a better husband, father, grandfather, friend, trainer, coach, confidant. I mean, you name it. And every extension of myself will be better for those around me if I'm being my best. And if I can help others out there be the best version of themselves that they can be, and I can create content that builds that, then I'm doing something truly important. And that excites me. So there's a lot more coming about that. My wheels have been spinning, and I've let my anger on this topic fuel me, but I've also let my love of a new grandson and the love of my family and what they mean to me and their protection at all costs. I'm letting both sides drive me, the love and the hate. And I'm going to ball that up and I'm going to put it to use. And what better way to share it than with you people and within that new little community that I spoke about, or there will be specific courses in that on what I call extreme physical preparedness, something I'm already working on. And I'm super excited to put it together. So no, I'm not going to nationals. I've got way bigger things going on, as I would suspect so many of you now do as well. So the tides have changed. Everything in this world has changed. Everything has shifted. The veil has been lifted. We now see the man behind the curtain pulling the levers, and it's not good. So we have to do whatever we can do at our level to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. No one is coming to save you in this realm. So you have to be strong. You have to be ready at a moment's notice to protect what is yours. So stay tuned, because I was excited to do this little video because today, Wednesday, February the 18th, today's the day that everything starts to, let's get nuts. Now I've got the time to do it. Now I've got the energy, the motivation, the love, and the hate to motivate me throughout the remainder of this year and hopefully well beyond. So God bless you all. Thank you so much for your support. I'm sorry it's been so that I've been kind of out of it for a while dealing with all this other stuff, but now I'm on the other side of it, and now it's time to get to work. Till next time, I'm out.